So we all know that DMX is in a vegetative state. He suffered a heart attack and currently has no brain activity, isn't breathing on his own, and he is currently on life support. At first, when it first hit me, I was like, pray for DMX to make it through. But the more time that passed, I think it's kind of selfish of me to pray that he makes it through. DMX, he's always been a sinner, but he's always been a believer as well. And I honestly believe I just think he's fought so hard in life and had such a rough life that maybe it's time to let him go and let him meet, his creator, let him go to heaven, let him reunite with his grandma. I think that would be the thing to pray for. Pray for DMX's soul. It's weird. I've never felt this much sorrow for someone I don't know. It literally hurt me to the core when I found this out, and I would have never guessed that I'd have these feelings for someone I don't know. But growing up, DMX was a big part of the music I listened to, a big part of growing up. When he come out, between 97, 98. Yeah, man, I hope everyone prays for his soul. I have no doubt that DMX will make it to heaven. Like I said, he was a sinner, but he was a very, very strong believer. He accepted it. I just have no doubt that that's where he's going. So I'm gonna react/review one of his songs called "Slippin." This song shows us or tells us a lot about the type of life he lived, what he experienced growing up, and even in his teenage years, what he went through. I hope you guys enjoy it. Earl Simmons was born on December 18th, 1970. He's from Yonkers, New York. His dad left when he was 7. Supposedly his mom started beating him shortly thereafter. She would keep food in the closet, so he would say, he would never eat until she woke up. He was so hungry one time that he thought some perfume of her smelled good, so he drank it. He had a rough life, man. When he was 11, his mother and sisters and him drove to a reform school, and he thought they were just visiting, checking out the grounds, and they left him right there, 11 years old. Didn't tell him he was going to be staying until they said, "Peace, we're gone, you're staying here." He stayed there 18 months. He learned how to beatbox there, and a guy named Reddy Ron rapped beside him beatboxing, and they started doing that when they got out. And then Reddy Ron just so happened one day to lace a blunt with cocaine, and that was DMX's first experience with cocaine, which led into a very, very, very demonic addiction to cocaine/crack. This song called "Slippin" by DMX.
In the summer. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling. I can't get up. Hey, yo,
So he looks like he's in some sort of tunnel, man, and I believe that's a depiction of all DMX's darkest demons trying to grab him and take over his life. And a lot of times in his life they do grab him and take control. But then there's a scene in there where he goes up to his mom trying to show her that he made all A's on a report card, and she just said, you know, basically fuck off. I'm not gonna pause this video too many times, man. I just want to listen to the song and take it in and watch the visuals, and it's just, I don't know, man. Here.
Seed that doesn't need much to succeed. Strapped with mad greed, a heart that doesn't bleed. I'm ready for the world, or at least I thought I was. Bagging when I caught a bus, thinking about how short I was. Going too fast, it wouldn't last, but yo, I couldn't tell. Group homes and institutions prepare my for jail.
Group homes and institutions prepared his ass for jail. Like I say, when he was 11, they dropped him off at a boys' home, an institution for kids, group home. And it was supposedly like a really rough place for teenagers. There were some pretty bad kids there. So, but what he's saying is that all it did was prepare him for jail. That's all it did, man. It didn't reform him at all.
Put me in a situation forcing me to be a man when I was just learning to stand without a helping hand. Damn, was it my fault? Something I did to make a father leave his first kid at 7 doing my first bid.
Was it something I did to make my father leave me? This is shit DMX grew up thinking, man. I mean, like, he had a rough fucking life. I mean, forget the living in the streets and having to hustle just to eat. Forget that shit. He had a mom at home that beat him, wouldn't feed him right, and his dad just fucking up and left when he was 7 years old. Just that would be enough to fuck a kid's head up. Let's not even talk about all the other shit, man. Being introduced to crack cocaine at 14 years old. 14. DMX, Earl Simmons, as a human being, was destined to fail. To be a nobody, to be dead or in prison. And I would have understood, like, why he did what he done to get to that stage. But no. He kept fighting, man. He rapped like 13 years before he got his first deal. Through Irv Gotti. He took the cards he was dealt and flipped them, and he fucking made it.
Back on the scene at 14 with a scheme to get more green than I'd ever seen in a dream. And by all means, I will be living high off the hog. Never gave a fuck about much but my dog.
As a kid, man, like, supposedly, you know, the only friends he would have is the stray dogs that he was around. He would, you know, he stole a dog one time, you know, and then he had to figure out how to feed him, so he had to end up, you know, stealing and robbing people to feed himself and the dog. I mean, he has a special relationship with dogs because at times that was the only friends he had.
I'd head off in my last, just another little come on, headed nowhere fast. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can catch. Yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey, yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. Getting back on my feet so I can catch. That ain't the half. It gets worse as I get older.
That ain't the half. Shit gets worse as I get older. He already had a fucked up childhood, but that ain't even a half. As bad as the childhood he had, shit only got worse as he got older.
Actions become bold. Heart got cold. Chip on my shoulder that I didn't touch. Didn't need a click cause I scared it that much. One deep with the starting for kicks. Catching Vicks, throwing bricks. Getting by, being slick. Used to get high just to get by. Used to have to go in the morning before I get fly. Ate something. Couple of 40s made me hate something. After some hurt, now I'm ready to take something. 3 years later showing signs of stress. Didn't keep my hair cut. Give a fuck how I dress. I'm possessed by the darker side. Living the cruddy life. Like this, kept with a bloody knife. Wanna make records, but I'm wooed up. Slipping, falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, falling, I can't get up.
said it wasn't long before I hit rock bottom, and people were like, damn, look how that rock got him. Talking about crack.
Like a window, no more endo. Look at a video, say to myself that could have been you. On the TV, believe me, it could be done. Something got to give, got to change. Now I got a son. I got to do the right thing for shorty, and that means no more getting high, drinking 40, so I get back looking tight, slick again. Fake, jump back on my again. Nothing but love for those that know how to feel, and much respect to all my kept it real. Be strong, kept it from doing wrong. Who they is, and this is your song. And to my boo, who stuck with it, I do. All the bull, you'll get yours because you do. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up.
He finally made it, man.
I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey yo, I'm slipping.
I don't have much else to say, man. I mean, like, the song speaks for itself. Like I said, guys, pray for DMX, man. I mean, really, get on your knees and look up into heavens and pray for that man's soul. If he doesn't make it back to us here in the living, just be grateful that we know he's going to be in heaven, reunited with his grandmother. Basically, the only one that really showed him any type of care or support as a kid. Pray for him, man. I'm James. I'm out.